Mr. President, I can't tell you, the amount of questions that we've received both on Telemundo and MSNBC has really been extraordinary. And the one I get a lot over and over and over again is a question, Mr. President, when you had absolute control of Congress, you really didn't fight for immigration. And then when you had the situation where you lost majorities, then you take action. Is there political implications behind something that affects so many people so close to their hearts?
I don't know if anybody remembers, Jose, that when I took office and I had a majority, we had the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. The global economy was collapsing. The unemployment rate in the Latino community and the immigrant community had soared. People were losing homes and entire communities were being devastated. So it wasn't as if I was just sitting back, not doing anything.
No one says you were sitting back and doing anything, but we were moving, for example.
We were moving very aggressively on a whole host of issues. And we moved as fast as we could, and we wanted immigration done. We pushed for immigration to be done. But ultimately, we could not get the votes to get it all done. Now, this is one of the challenges of being president, is there are crying needs everywhere. Even within the Latino communities, even within the immigrant communities, there are crying needs. I don't regret having done the ACA. I just described for you, there are millions of people who are not going to go bankrupt because they got sick, because we got that done. So if the question is, would I have loved to have gotten everything done in the first 2 years? Absolutely, because then for the next 6 I could have relaxed. But what we do is we choose to push as hard as we can on all fronts. Some things are politically easier, some things are politically more difficult. Some things we're able to get done given the schedule in the Senate or in the House. One of the biggest challenges that we've had on a lot of these issues was what's called the filibuster in the Senate. Even when we had a majority in the Senate, in order to get things passed, we had to get some Republican votes. And if it were not for that filibuster process where, by the way, it's not in the Constitution, but the habits in the Senate have gotten so bad where you've got to get 60 votes for everything. As a consequence of that, things like immigration reform that if I just needed a simple majority of Democrats, we could have gotten done, we could not get done in those circumstances.
And here's another social media question. Benson Owen from Houston says, why did Democrats and the GOP play political ping pong with immigration when millions of American families suffer as a result?
You know, Jose, wait. I appreciate the applause. Let me just say, that's just not true. The notion that Democrats and Republicans played political ping pong. Democrats have consistently stood on the side of comprehensive immigration reform. Democrats have provided strong majorities across the board for comprehensive immigration reform. And you do a disservice when you suggest that, nobody was focused on this, because then you don't know who's fighting for you and who's fighting against you. And the fact of the matter is that the Democratic Party consistently has, in its platforms, in its conventions, has taken a strong stand that we need to fix a broken immigration system. And the blockage has been very specific on one side. Now, to their credit, there are Republicans, a handful, who have agreed with us. That's how we got to pass through the Senate. But let's not be confused about why we don't have comprehensive immigration reform right now. It's very simple. The Republican Speaker of the House, John Boehner, refused to call the bill. Had he called the bill, the overwhelming majority of Democrats and a handful of Republicans would have provided a majority in order to get that done.